In a remarkable development from Afghanistan, which has raked up a storm in the alleys of White House and has potentially thrown a spanner in US President Donald Trump's works of repatriating all US soldiers from the war-torn region. The Russian military, as per the intelligence reports, paid cash rewards to Taliban for attacking US personnel. While both the White House and the Kremlin have rubbished the reports, the Democrats have sought an action against Russia for conspiring against US soldiers.
This piece of report, carried out by a US daily, New York Times, has all the potential of derailing the US arrangements and the successes it has secured in the protracted war of Afghanistan. As revealed in the report, Russian military reaching out to Taliban and demanding attack on US troops and their allies might trigger a change in the plans of the US, which signed a deal with Taliban in February to exit in phased manner. While many international observers feel that President's prominence and authority has been disregarded in this case, the White House has not confirmed the veracity of the reports.
I won't speculate on whether this intelligence is verified or not verified, and I won't get ahead of the President on further actions, but I would just point out that no one...
are not disputing that this is not true.
There are dissenting opinions within the intelligence community, and I can confirm with you right now that there's no consensus within the intelligence community on these allegations. And further, I would just point out, I won't get ahead of the President on actions, but with regard to Russia, this President has been extremely strong on Russia, imposing sanctions on hundreds of Russian individuals, expelling dozens of diplomats, closing 2 Russian consulates, withdrawing from an INF treaty, and several other actions.
In 2019, the US forces lost 20 troops while fighting Taliban. But with fresh revelations, it remains to be seen as to how many were targeted allegedly at the behest of Moscow. The recent developments have triggered a multi-layered debate in the states, with Democrats criticizing the president and seeking harsh measures against Moscow. The Secretary of State says such reports were taken and retracted with all seriousness by Washington, as everybody knew that Russia was constantly hatching anti-US plots in Afghanistan.
We took this seriously. We handle it appropriately. The Russians have been selling small arms that put Americans at risk there for 10 years. We've objected to it. To your point, when I meet with my Russian counterparts, I talk with them about this each time. Stop this.
The ties between the United States and Russia have deteriorated significantly over time. While the Kremlin has outrightly rejected the allegations, it cannot be denied that the two sides have for decades been trying to outmaneuver each other through their intelligence gains and sabotage the operations. As per various reports, Russia has already been running clandestine operations in Afghanistan. Its interest in the negotiations with Taliban also became apparent when it hosted Taliban and other non-governmental influential leaders in Moscow.